During a recent segment of the Live All In podcast, Elon Musk declared that there's no possibility that Twitter has 5% bots only, as Twitter has stated in its public records.
Said another way, the number of real, unique humans that you see making comments on a daily basis on Twitter is above 95%. That is what they're claiming. Does anyone have that experience? Exactly.
I mean,
really? Listen, there's a bridge I'd like to sell you. There you go. and also you can buy the Brooklyn Bridge.
For this, he might very well walk away from the deal, or at minimum, negotiate it down. You can't sell memberships. You can't sell a recurring revenue stream to people that don't really exist. And when you have fraud on this scale, and Twitter has mislabeled, mispronounced the number of active users that they really have by millions on 2 different occasions, well, it goes hand in hand with the fraud. And then you see right now on Project Veritas, they've come out with 2 videos where employees, rather high-level employees of Twitter, have stated that essentially the company is not being run for profit, as a capitalist company on the public markets should be benefiting the shareholders. No, they're trying to run for ideology. They're allowing people to work 4 hours a week, and get paid over $100,000, I'm sure, as a software engineer.
basically when we work like 4 hours a week last quarter. That's just how it works in our company.
They don't care about the profits. They're allowed to take days off, months off for me time because they're not feeling well.
But Twitter is like mental health is everything. Like if you're not feeling it, you can take a few days off. People have taken months off, they'll come back. But you always like do your best at any time.
This is the pussyitis that is affecting Twitter, that is essentially being taken out of the pockets of shareholders because Twitter's not profitable, hasn't been profitable. And thus you see the socialistic policies in motion, in action, creating a substandard product with censorship being the reason that Vijaya, the woman who Tim Pool debated on the Joe Rogan Experience, she's worth almost $1 billion for censoring people. The head of trust and safety has made almost $1 billion in stock options for censoring people. And they've admitted that they censor the right because the left wants them gone.
Twitter does not ruin free speech. What do you mean? Free speech. Ideologically, it does not make sense, like because we're actually censoring the right, not the left. Because everyone on the right wing will be like, "Bro, it's okay to say, you just gotta tolerate it." The left will be like, "No, I'm not gonna tolerate it. I need it censored, or else I'm not gonna be in the platform."
Whereas the right side of the political aisle believes in the left's right to free speech. Thus, it must be tolerated, but the leftists will not tolerate the right. And that's why they censor them, because it's the easiest avenue for them. It's the path of least resistance. Twitter is falling apart, and this is fantastic news for anybody that has dealt with the learn to code, where it was perfectly acceptable to say it to coal miners, but the moment that you say it to a journalist who was laid off, boom, you get suspended. This is Twitter's censorship. This is the way that they operate. And again, the misgendering. I mean, I would believe that it's perfectly fine if you agree mutually to call somebody by whatever pronoun they desire. But it's not okay to insist on it. And when Twitter has a policy that you must use speech in accordance to somebody else's desires and edicts, that this is a definite left-wing bias, and these people are in such a bubble that they can't even understand how that bias is, how that tilts the playing field towards the left wing. I'm so glad that this is taking place right now, not because I revel in a company falling apart, in a company being exposed, but because they so deserve it in this specific case. You are seeing it laid open to sunlight, and I think it's fantastic. And I hope that Elon negotiates a cheaper price. And even Twitter shareholders, as I was formerly, but I sold at a nice little profit, I hope that they get less for the company that they've allowed to operate as commie fiefdom. Just a few thoughts on the subject. So go Elon Musk, you have my support. Peace out. Thumb up this video, subscribe, hit the all notification bell, and have a fantastic day. Bam.